Hi, this is Jaden from SteamyKitchen.com. I love spaghetti and meatballs, but the problem with making a healthy version of meatballs is that using really lean ground meat can make the meatballs super dry and hard and tough. So I've got a secret for you. I've got two ingredients that I add to my healthy meatballs to make them incredibly moist and healthy. Start to finish, you can have spaghetti and meatballs, a healthy spaghetti and meatballs, on the table in around 30 minutes. The tomato sauce is actually a recipe that I'm adapting from the very famous Italian-American cooking teacher. Her name is Marcella Hazan, and this is her world-famous recipe for pasta sauce, tomato sauce. There are only 3 ingredients. The first one is butter, the second one is half an onion, and the third one is crushed tomatoes from a can. I think she uses fresh tomatoes that she crushes, but I like using a can because it's convenient, and I'm using canned organic crushed tomatoes. All you have to do is add 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 or 4 tablespoons. Sometimes I just use half a stick. And then half an onion, no need to chop it up. All of the, we'll remove the half of the onion after the pasta sauce is finished cooking, but you don't need to chop it up. That makes it so much easier. And then crushed tomatoes. Let that simmer, and that's it. While the sauce is cooking, let's make the meatballs. The secret ingredient, the first secret ingredient, is silken tofu, and I promise you, this adds so much moisture to the meatballs. Because I'm using such lean ground turkey, the tofu adds moisture and it acts as a binder to keep the meatball together. If you're looking for a healthy way to add a lot more protein to your meatballs, this is it. And if your family's a little tofu shy, don't worry. You cannot taste the tofu at all. Nobody will be able to detect that there is actually tofu in the meatballs. It's sort of like a blank canvas and takes on all of the flavor of everything else in the meatballs. The second secret to moist meatballs that are healthy is to use a grated onion. Take half an onion and a grater, preferably with large holes, and go ahead and just grate your onion instead of chopping it, grate it. And it releases all of the juices and all of the flavor into the meatball. I also like to add garlic, fresh garlic, to the meatball. And here's another ingredient that I love adding. It is either panko breadcrumbs or cornflake crumbs. Now these cornflake crumbs are exactly the same as cornflake cereal, but just in crumb form. So you can find this box next to the breadcrumbs, or if you have cornflake cereal, just put a big handful into a bag and close the bag up and smash away till you get crumbs. I love using the cornflake crumbs because it adds incredible flavor and gives a little crunch to the meatballs. I also throw a handful of fresh minced basil in there. If you don't have fresh basil, you can use fresh parsley, or a handful of mixed basil and oregano and parsley in there. Basically, fresh herbs will give it a nice fresh flavor. Alright, form the meatballs. I like using a melon baller and together with my hands so that the meatballs stay the same size. They are consistently the same size, and it's just really easy to make meatballs like this. Once the tomato sauce is bubbling away, turn the heat down just a bit, snuggle in all of the meatballs, cover, and let that cook for about 20 minutes, and then it's done. I also like to stir in a small handful of fresh torn basil leaves into the sauce, mix that in once the heat is off. Top with some soy cheese or shaved regular Parmesan cheese, totally up to you. There you go, a healthy version of spaghetti and meatballs using 2 ingredients that will make the meatballs incredibly moist and flavorful and light, and of course healthy. For the full recipe, or if you have any questions, head over to steamykitchen.com/144. I love hearing from you, so if you try this recipe, let me know. If you love my video recipes, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you! My brand new cookbook, Steamy Kitchen's Healthy Asian Favorites, just came out. I hope you have a chance to pick up a copy. There's over 100 Asian recipes that are easy, they're healthy, they're good for you, plus tons of photos.